These are the brackets. We have 2 pieces wider ones and 6 pieces smaller ones. They got a number inside, which is here B and A. A and B have to fit together. And the difference in between A and B is there's a thread M12 and there's a hole. So the thread is always inside. Yeah. They have to fit together like this by using those 3 types. Those screws, washers and self-secure nuts. Now I will show you how to fit them together. For the white one, we need 8 screws, 8 washers and 8 nuts. With 2 screws in, take a washer and a nut. And bring it together. Important. Now take a tool and tighten them nicely. Do this on all 4, making sure you get the A and the B part. You see the difference in the part, yeah. The thread is always inside. You see the thread, you see the hole. The thread is always inside. if you have to build them around the pole is in the middle, just slide them together and do this around the pole. Maybe then you need to think about a different tool of this. Now we have 4 brackets. Now we have those square holes and a cage nuts which fits exactly therein. So we now build in from the inside all those cage nuts by clicking them simply in. We need 12 for the big bracket. And 6 for the small ones. Take care, those little corners can easily cut your fingers. All from inside and all into this direction. The opposite, they will not fit.
Then do just on the table.
Now we have those center column, which looks just different by the holes. There 1 hole and there 2 holes. The 2 hole side is the downside for the tall bracket. The bracket comes in and will only fit with this gaps therein and this hole to the top. And as you see, we got here the opening for the cage nuts, where we can screw simply in. We get this flange screws 8 times 25. You can do this with a little screwdriver and the Allen key size 6, or you do this just with the Allen key. Screw it and tied it on both sides. Make sure by bringing this together, so there you hear the click, there are no gaps unless a little here. If you do it the upside around, you see it will not even fit by the screws. So the bracket with the thread need to be to the left side. Belt this together. See? Now you do the same. On each level. There are 4 practical levels. What we have now is the column with 4 nice brackets. If you have a pole which is straight, you can now slide it over the pole. In case to slide it over a pole, you have the M12 screws to bring in now. And tie them in as much as needed to secure the whole thing on the pole. Step is those stabilizers, side stabilizers, and I got all those square holes, and we need in any square hole, unless them in any square hole, to bring in cage nuts again, but fitting exactly here with a smaller angle. Yeah, simply from inside, just clicking them in. As the other ones, they fit only into one direction. If all the cage nuts are in, there are one side with 3 and one side with only 1. Add both of the stabilizers. We place the column to the ground. Now we store the column on the ground and we place our sides around. So this side with the screw on it, with the hole on it, shows later to the south, and we just align by using the holes provided in the bracket. We just screw the stabilizers around. It is helpful to create the triangle first by having the lines, the nuts and the opposite to the nuts, and screwed together with the M8 bolts. So I use not all of them because later we have to remove the screws to put the corner trims around. But like this, it is sufficient. And then we just bring our center core in, that it fits therein, and then we can fix it.
Because of the other brackets.
We have to screw the top and bottom cover, and on the top side we have to screw the top and bottom cover as well in. So next step is to prepare the back stabilizers. We have the square holes again for the cage nuts. Put them in, and we see again the upper side will fit together. We build always the cage nut in the horizontal way. Okay. Now we have our stabilizer. We build like this. We go insert here and outline on the other side, which is given by the shape of the nuts. In this case, I'm as well doing only the upper screw, because the other one has to be removed to create the space for the cover. Same we do at the bottom. And the second lower position, and there again only the screw which is going into the direction of the center. I do recommend to keep this port free, because later on this board comes the electronical box, and if this board is open, it's easier to work on it if it's closed right at the end. Now for the bracket at the bottom, we have to insert some screws as well, but in this case we use the inner ones, because later they are covered by the solar panel. Now we have a wonderful skeleton of the system built, which is as well very stable. Now we take those shapes, the isolator shapes, and the solar panels. By transporting the solar panels, make sure you don't carry them on the junction box. You can transport them by picking them up like this. Make sure you don't bend them too much. They're very light, they're very flexible. These are the energy dates. Now we fit. It's not so easy with the camera in the hand. Now we fit the cables through the isolator. I need to. Let's do it the other way. If we take care of this through the isolator, then we bring the panel on the system. And we pass the cables through here. By taking a bit care, all those laser cutted ports, they are a little bit dangerous for cutting your fingers, okay? Now we have holes on the panel. We need to align the isolator to the holes, and then we can again with our 8x25 screws screw softly, very softly, the panel through the skeleton. Softly, because otherwise you will destroy the fiber lamination of the panel. We do this on both sides, aligning the next panel to the isolator and bringing in the cables into the opening. And screw it in nicely. Onto the frame. Now we have the skeleton with the solar panels around and an open backside where the cables are coming in. That's something you should avoid that it happens. It's not easy to get it out, but it's possible. We need on this level one screw. Getting them in is losing this screw and just stick it in and tight the solar panel screw again. Now we have these two ports which are supposed to come over here. You see that's the wrong way. It has to show inside. They're securing our battery table later on. And we just fix them. In a loose way to align to the battery table later on. battery table is stored on these brackets. We need to slide in over here, put it all the way around, and then you see it clacks in here. We got 4 of them. 2 are placed over here for the electrical junction box. Now let's put the top and bottom cover on the system. This triangle shaped one, and now we see we need to remove these screws to fix it over here. Take the screw out and put it in the lower port. Thing fall down to the ground. And place it over. Same screws. For tightening up. Keep the screws, close it all a little bit loose to align it, and tighten it step by step by step. Now we can take this screw completely out because we will need it later to place the center core around. Same thing to the front. See it over there. Just screwed. In the system you have received there and there a thread in to secure it. On these both gaps we align behind the gap the catch nut. And then we can tie it up or screws. Both sides, and the cover is ready. If we have both covers done, we take the corner trims. First thing, take the film away, because afterwards it will be not possible anymore. We open the screws we fixed on. For security purpose of the jacket, and we screw the corner trim onto the jacket. In the meantime, the little battery of the camera was overheated, so I have closed the corner trims. I have insert like spoken the brackets, and I have placed the battery table over there. Now it's loose, and by sliding in and hanging in, firm. Now we have those two still loose. We have this box. In the box we have a hole and we have screws. We have to bring them in. And then we hang it in like here. So we take the box with the screws at the back side, slide them over, and hanging it in. Then we tighten with the key the screws and ready. So we have all solar cables out to connect. In your case you have ready paired solution with the adapter. We connect the solder, we have a connector for the battery, and we have our controller and anything here inside, which will be done in a separate video after successful installation. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you can clear with the assembling of the jacket. It is not that tricky, and don't forget to remove the film therefore. So we have two ready assembled in the meantime here.